Hello, my name is John Coffey and I am the Unpaved Explorer. Today is Sunday, June 30th. It's about 10 a.m. and what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how the Unpaved Explorer deep fries whole body channel catfish. So if you want to know how to deep fry whole body channel catfish, then please stay tuned for this video. Thank you. So what we need today in order to prepare whole deep fried whole body spicy channel catfish is we're going to need catfish, whole body channel catfish. I pulled this out of the freezer. I didn't have anything fresh. We're going to need adobo seasoning, black pepper, taco seasoning, and flour. We will also need a pot filled with grease to deep fry our catfish. So let's get going. What you want to do is you want to take your catfish, make sure it's thawed out, or if it's fresh, and give it a good rinsing using cold tap water. So rinse the entire whole body of the catfish. Once the catfish is rinsed off, you will want to pat it dry with some paper towels. Once you are dry patting the catfish dry with the paper towels, you want to take a nice sharp knife and you will want to score your catfish about every inch. As you move from the tail to the head, your scores will get closer and closer, because you want to try to even out your cooking, because up here towards the head part of the catfish, the meat is thicker than towards the tail. So you'll want to score your catfish about every inch, all the way to the bone. Then when you get closer and closer, make it less than an inch. probably 3/4 of an inch. Do both sides. So unfortunately, the camera shut off midway through prepping the catfish, but I'll do it again. So what you want to do is you want to score your catfish on both sides about 1 inch apart, and as you move from the tail to the head, your score mark should get closer and closer to about 3/4 of an inch, and that's because the meat is thicker up towards the head than the tail, and you want it to cook evenly. Then what you do is you coat your fish with adobo seasoning, both sides, top, bottom, and inside. And then after coating it with adobo seasoning, you coat it with black pepper. Then once you use black pepper, then you apply your taco seasoning or your chili seasoning or your fajita seasoning, whatever seasoning you prefer. Now, I do not use milk. I do not use egg. What I then do is coat the fish all the way around with all-purpose flour. Then you shake off any excess you may have. And again, I do apologize. Unfortunately, the camera did shut off on its own when I originally did it. So you clean your fish, rinse it off with cold tap water. You pat it dry with paper towels. You score both sides all the way to the bone, about 1 inch apart. As you move from the tail to the head, your score marks get closer to about 3/4. So right now, I have oil in the pot heating up to the right temperature, preferably 350 degrees to 400 degrees. And then once it reaches temperature, we'll begin deep frying. And the reason why you score your fish, especially catfish, some people don't like eating catfish because the meat tends to be mushy and moist, and that is because it wasn't cooked properly. What happens is the fish retains a lot of moisture, and it cooks unevenly because the meat at the tail is thinner and not as thick once you get closer and closer towards the head end of the fish. So with scoring the fish every inch from the tail to the head, and then once you get closer to the head, you move it to about 3/4. That allows for even cooking of the fish. So the oil is ready. So we're going to take the fish with our tongs and we're going to slowly put the fish in the oil. You don't want to put the whole thing in there at one time because it will then splatter and go all over the stove and cause an oil fire. So you slowly place your fish in the oil. Normally, if you have enough oil, once you put your fish in there, the oil would come over and above your fish. But I don't have enough oil. So what I'll have to do is keep moving the fish around to get even cooking. You just rotate it from one side to another side to another side. It'll take about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of your catfish, to do a whole body deep fry. So I'm going to go ahead and deep fry this fish, and when it's done, I'll plate it and show you what it looks like. So I pulled the catfish out of the oil and put it on some paper towels and patted it so to remove some of the oil. So let me transfer the fish to another plate and then let's open her up and see how we did. So I use a knife and 2 forks, and what I do is I go up the backbone, the middle bone, and cut all the way up. That way the meat should just pull from the main bone off. There we go. Oh, it's nice and hot, nice and flaky. Now you may think it's burnt because of how dark it is, but it isn't. and it just peels right off the bone. You may get a bone here and there, but the majority of the bones are off, except for right around the rib cage here. We'll flip it over and do the same thing. Oh, that is really good. So basically, you cut at the main bone, then just peel back the meat right off the bone. And there you go. Perfectly cooked catfish, deep fried spicy catfish, whole, picked right off the bone. Now let's see how she tastes. May be hot. Ah. Very delicious. Channel catfish, whole body, deep fried, spicy, seasoned with taco seasoning and adobo seasoning and pepper, flour, no milk, no breading. Wow. I wish you could join me. This is very good. Cooked all the way through, not mushy, flaky, pure deliciousness. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. And I do apologize for the technical issues. Man, this is some really good fish. I'm sorry, I got to get another bite here. Basically, one nice channel catfish will fill up an individual. So, again, My name's John Coffey. I'm the Unpaved Explorer, and I'm bringing you today whole, full body, deep fried, spicy channel catfish. Can't get better than that. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and there's a bell. If you click on the bell, make sure you get select to receive all notifications. That way, anytime I upload any new videos, you'll get a notification.